And they're off for the Duke of Edinburgh Stakes. This handicap over 1.5 miles as they race through the early stages. Just about in front and leading now by clear length is Longbourn. Longbourn now in front from Ajira in second. Then came Masher and State of Bliss all close up behind with Stay Well and then Brilliant Light. Not too far behind those is Gold Maze and Moctasab and Masher to the inside. Just Fine is slightly worse than midfield. Cap Francais to the inside rail. Then Semhan further back in the white jacket, the light blue cap. Contact is deeper from that runner. Then Chichester in the pink and black colours. Right towards the back of the field early on is Kenzai Warrior together with Trawlerman. He's right out the back very early. Over on the far side then they head towards the final mile, approaching Swinley Bottom, being led by Longbourn under Joey Sheridan from Ajira, who's racing there in second. The first two then getting away by about 2.5 lengths to State of Bliss, who's in third. Fourth then is Kelly's Dino, getting that mention in the green and yellow with the cheap pieces racing in the fourth place, just ahead of Mashure and Stay Well. Then Brilliant Light and Moctasab and Gold Maze, and then Cap Francais as they approach the final 6 furlongs. And they feel pretty well stretched out, and it's Longbourn who's setting the gallop. Longbourn leading from Ajiro in second, State of Bliss in the pink in third, Kelly's Dino is next in fourth, Mashure is behind those in the yellow and maroon silks. Behind Mashure is Stay Well from Brilliant Light, and then came Moctasab. Gold Maze trying to improve. Just Fine is still some way back through them along with Candleford. Trying to get moving then towards the outside is Semhan, and Contact also trying now to get a little bit closer to the speed. Longbourn's going to lead them on the turn back towards home, approaching the final 3 furlongs. It's Longbourn who will lead them in from Ajiro in second, and State of Bliss racing back in third. Then Kelly's Dino and Stay Well in yellow and blue. They head towards home with the noseband. Ajiro stirs it up to Longbourn. They're about 3 lengths on from Kelly's Dino and Stay Well. Then State of Bliss trying to run up on the outside is Candleford, and then came Gold Maze and Moctasab. They're racing inside the final furlong and a half. Ajiro's got the lead, but here comes Candleford down the outside with a strong late run. Kelly's Dino next in third, then Stay Well and Just Fine, and behind that one Brilliant Light, but it's Candleford who is storming home in the Duke of Edinburgh Stakes under Tom Marquand. This horse on his seasonal debut, he routs them. Candleford has won it, Ajiro in second, Contact in third, then Brilliant Light, Kelly's Dino, Semhan, and behind that one Sarumi, Stay Well and Just Fine.
Oh, brilliant. Candleford has won at 11-2 for William Haggas and Tom Marquand. Baid got the stable off the mark in the Queen Anne on the first day, and this is a nice first win of the week for Tom Marquand, Fred.
Yes, travelled very streetly throughout that race. Tom Marquand had to ask him, though, simply from the 3.5 furlong marker. He had to go wide, get that one sweeping run, and therefore he got him going early. But the further he went, the better he looked, Alex. And he came in here of a run of 91 after having 219 days off. Wow, what a training performance and a good ride.
Really good ride, but Ashini, it's really difficult, isn't it? Because he was drawn wide and he's had to come wide round that bend. But I think it's fair to say he had a little bit in hand.
Yeah, he won very well at the line. It was a clever ride by Tom Marquand. He didn't get involved in the scrimmaging. He bided his time. Her Majesty's horse was quite unlucky at the bottom of the straight, but the way he stayed on late, I don't think he would have finished much closer. The leader did very well to stay going. The bottom horse, trained by Kim Bailey, ridden by David Egan, Ajero, how he stayed on for second when all the sectionals were so fast early was quite a remarkable effort.
Yeah, he has some tough horses who are ridden prominently over jumps, and same happened here. What a great run from him, such a versatile horse. But this is all about Candleford, Kevin.
And would you believe a second Royal Ascot winner for the mayor?
Huh?
Atty Pearce won at this meeting, the King George V handicap going back a few years. So this would be fantastic, because this is a homebred, owned and bred by the owners, and that's absolutely fantastic for them. I'd really mark up the road at the second, like Oisin, because we have the benefit of the sectionals on screen here, and they were flashing red, for the first 6 furlongs. For him to keep on as well as that was a huge run.
Yeah, it's interesting. We are very fortunate to have those sectionals at the bottom of our screen. I think it's a fantastic initiative by Sky Sports Racing. We can see how quickly the horses are going, and it's just another insight that I find adds a new dynamic to racing.
Obviously, Oisin, when you're riding, you know how quick or otherwise you're going. But for us at home, sometimes it looks like you're going quicker, and you might not be.
Well, often you have to trust your instinct, and of course it can be wrong sometimes, but when you start second-guessing yourself, you really really are in trouble. That was Tom Marquand's first winner of the meeting. William Haggas is second. They're a terrific combination. I think Tom Marquand is one of the best young riders in the world.
Yeah, punch of the air there as well from him, and it's great to see. It only seems a minute ago that he had his first winner a couple of 3 years ago, Fred.
Yes, he obviously married to Holly Doyle in the winter, and the two of them going all guns blazing. Two good, very good riders, and they're the type of rider that you can put them on a plane, drop them off anywhere, and they just perform, and that's simply a gift you can't buy.
I'd say it's very rare that you see a Royal Ascot handicap won like this, you know, by such clear margins. That's unusual. You know, the horse had a very, I suppose, likely race profile. We hadn't seen him all season, but yeah, he's won this off 91. He won't see the 90s again in his life, I don't think.
No, like the rest of us.
I think we can mark up Candleford a little bit. Not only did he draw away from the field, he had to start from very wide at the bottom of the straight. Obviously, Tom was left no other option. If we look to the early stages of the race, there was a lot of scrimmaging. The things I kind of said you should expect in these sort of races, downhill into a turn. It can be a jockey's nightmare on the inside, and realistically, you try and stay out of it. Give your horse every opportunity to relax and get the job done later on in the race.
I tell you what we need to do. We need to look back at that Kempton win for Candleford back at the end of last year, because he beat Coltrane, who won the Ascot Stakes earlier on in the week. He's now won a Royal Ascot contest out of that Kempton race, and Kevin, I think we need to have a little fish around and see what else ran in that.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's actually worked out very well. And looking back a bit further than that, the third has even won a bunch of races since. So, yeah, the poor horse that finished fourth, his connections went home probably very upset and not realising what they bumped into.
Candleford is a half-brother, as Kevin mentioned, to Atty Pearce. Atty Pearce was Kieran Schumacher's first Royal Ascot winner, a jockey that's really making his mark at the moment. I don't know what happened to Dam. Did Bjorn Nielsen sell it afterwards? Not quite sure, but I know Atty Pearce started out in Bjorn Nielsen's colours. The owner breeder of Stradivarius was subsequently sold to Godolphin. All these horses, they tend to move around families and stuff. It's interesting. Godolphin, Qatar Racing, all these big owners, they seem to have sisters and siblings to each other year on year.
I tell you what, he's won so well that he's still having a little jump around as he's coming back into the winner's enclosure. This Candleford probably can't blow a Candleford out. We'll find out very shortly with Hayley. We're off for a break.